Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. It's now fall, and there are many different entertainment events happening in the Berkshires, some of which are moving outdoors due to the amazing weather. On this episode, I'll be discussing the Josh Billings Runaground, some local farms, and more. Plus, I'll be discussing the annual Big E that takes place in West Springfield, and mentioning how the Berkshire Athenaeum is offering free passes to many of the museums and other locations I've discussed on various WWHEN episodes. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when did the first Big E take place? Now, for this episode's local headlines. For the first story, we'll be looking into something different. A great way to see many of the museums and events here discussed on WWHEN for free. The Berkshire Athenaeum offers passes to many of these places. Local places one can visit include the Clark Art Museum, Hancock Shaker Village, Masmoka, the Mount, the Norman Rockwell Museum, and more. Additionally, the Athenaeum also offers passes to several places outside of the Berkshires. These are the Eric Carle Museum of Picture Book Art in Amherst, the Namesmith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. On a personal note, this is my favorite pass. The USS Constitution ship in Charlestown, Massachusetts. The USS Slater ship in Albany, New York. The zoo in Forest Park and Education Center in Springfield. And the newest pass, the Olana State Historic Site in Hudson, New York. The last set of passes are statewide passes to Mass Audubon locations and every Massachusetts state park. With prices to local events everywhere increasing, the pass is a great way to go to these entertainment events for free. To reserve passes, if you already have a library card, visit pittsfieldlibrary.org, then go to the How Do I drop-down menu. From there, click on Reserve a Museum Pass. Then, click on the place you wish to visit. Choose the date, then enter your library card information. If you do not have a library card, you can visit the Pittsfield Library and go to the circulation desk on the second floor. From there, library staff will further assist with reserving the passes. Make sure to have a form of ID with you. Up next, we will be discussing a popular athletic event in Berkshire County, the Joss Billings Triathlon/Runaground. First, some information about who the race is named after. Joss Billings is the pen name of Henry Wheeler Shaw, who was born in Lanesboro, Massachusetts. His father, Henry Shaw, served in the Massachusetts State Senate for 25 years. Billings was a renowned humorist in his day, and better known and appreciated than his contemporary Mark Twain. Commanding capacity crowds wherever he performed, he became widely known for his down-home philosophies, Yankee one-liners, and peculiar phonetic spelling. One of his wise sayings, "To finish is to win," is the motto of the Runaground, and one of the reasons the event was named for Joss Billings. The fun-loving, not too serious aspect of the race is perhaps why it has become one of the oldest and largest bike, canoe, run triathlons in the country, attracting elite and amateur athletes alike. The Joss is an event for all ages and abilities, for participants and spectators. The first leg of the race is a bike leg, which is 27 miles from the Great Barrington Price Chopper Lot to the Stockbridge Bowl. The next leg is a paddle leg. This lasts 5 miles along the Stockbridge Bowl itself. The race continues with the 6.5-mile run around the Stockbridge Bowl before the race concludes at the Tanglewood main stage. This will take place on Sunday, September 14th. For more information, visit the website shown here. We will be staying in Stockbridge for our next story. The Norman Rockwell Museum is hosting a new Jazz Age illustration exhibit. Step back into the vibrant world of the 1920s and 30s with Jazz Age illustration, a major exhibition exploring the art of popular illustration during this transformative era. Featuring over 100 artists, works by renowned artists such as Aaron Douglas, John Held Jr., and Frank E. Schoonover. The exhibition delves into the cultural impact of illustration during a time of dramatic social change. Organized by the Delaware Art Museum, Jazz Age illustration is the first major exhibition to survey the art of popular illustration in the United States between 1919 and 1942. This ambitious project draws from Dell Art's expansive illustration collection, with selective loans to explore the mass visual culture that emerged at the end of the First World War. The Jazz Age Illustration event will be premiering on November 8th. For more information, visit nrm.org. For our next stop, we'll be visiting the Clark Art Museum in Williamstown for an exhibit about artist Isamu Noguchi. Time is a thematic undercurrent seen throughout Noguchi's work that has spanned a range of materials and disciplines. From his steel and stone sculptures to his designs for playground, furniture, and dance sets. Noguchi's fascination with time was bound up with his broader search for belonging. As an artist of mixed heritage, Noguchi felt pulled between the cultures of the United States and Japan, and often described himself as belonging everywhere and nowhere. The artist channeled these feelings into work that transcended social, artistic, and temporal boundaries. In his attempt to escape such constraints, Noguchi forged a hybrid practice through which he could more freely exist, explore, and belong. Across his varied works, visitors can find the artist engaging with time on many levels: human, geological, and cosmic, and in varied forms, as a physical force that erodes material, as the fabric of tradition and history, and as a tradition limitation to be challenged. This exhibit will be going on until October 13th. For more information, visit clarkart.edu. Farms are always a popular place to visit in the fall. On this episode, I'll be focusing on several farms. The first is Whitney's Farm in Cheshire. This particular one is close to my heart because I visited there a lot when I was a kid. My family still visits this farm to pick up several vegetables. At Whitney's Farm Market and Garden Center, you'll find a complete selection of garden supplies and solutions for your everyday needs. Shop in comfort in the new greenhouse for colorful annuals, herbs, vegetable plants, hanging baskets, and the best selection of premium proven winners plant material. According to their website, which was written by their current owner, Eric Whitney, quote, "We carry a large selection of container trees and shrubs, baled and burlap trees and shrubs, privacy hedging, fruit trees, berry bushes, and pumpkins, as well as ornamental trees and shrubs. We offer the best selection of plant material that is brought in weekly through the whole growing season, end quote. It was a personal favorite of mine growing up. Whitney's Farm is located on 1775 South State Road in Chester, Massachusetts. It is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The second farm being discussed is Bartlett's Orchard in Richmond. 4 generations of the Bartlett family have been growing, packing, and shipping apples for 75 years. According to their website, quote, "Our fine trees produce an average crop of 11,000 bushels of apples every year on 24 acres of choice apple growing land on Lenox Mountain in rural Massachusetts," end quote. They also offer Pick Your Own apples. Pick Your Own offers 13 varieties of apples to pick, ranging from Red Delicious apples to Macintosh apples. Also from their website, quote, "Be sure to visit our farm market store for delicious baked goods, including cider donuts, assorted apple muffins, apple turnovers, assorted pies, cookies, and more." Our farm market store is open year-round, so come grab some goodies any time of the year, end quote. Bartlett's Orchard is located on 575 Swamp Road in Richmond. Our last farm this episode is the Icoa Family Farm. Nestled among the Berkshire and Taconic Hills in the beautiful Hancock Valley is Icoa Valley Farm. Established in 1936, when Robert and Dorothy Lieb drove 13 herd of cattle over Brody Mountain from Lanesboro and settled them onto the property they named Icoa Valley, from a Native American word meaning beautiful. Icoa Valley Farm proudly produces high-quality pure maple syrup and special maple products, and raise natural beef at their beautiful 500-acre family farm in the Berkshires. Icoa Valley Farm is a 4th-generation farm dedicated to providing high-quality, locally grown products. The products are available year-round at the seasonal gift shop, by appointment, or by scheduling a farm pickup online. They are a sustainable farm as well, which is great for the environment. Icoa Valley Farm is located at 3475 Hancock Road in Hancock. Visit the website shown here for more information on these farms, plus other farms. Even though summer has come and gone, road trips are still a popular place to go on. One of the biggest ones happening is the Big E, which takes place every year in West Springfield. The Big E is formerly known as the Eastern States Exposition and takes place every year, opening the second Friday after Labor Day and typically running for 17 days. It is the largest agricultural event on the eastern seaboard and the fifth largest fair in the nation. Its origins are based on agricultural events, and there are many of these still at the modern Big E. For instance, there are over 11,000 open show exhibitors, as well as educational displays and attractions. One of the most popular displays is the Avenue of States. These exhibits contain life-size replicas of the 6 original New England state houses. These are Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont, as well as the New England Garage House. They also contain some of the most popular food from these states. Another popular event is the concerts. Many big names are brought in every year to perform at 2 stages: the Big E Arena and the Court of Honor stage. This year's concert reigns classic music groups like R&B group TLC, rock bands Foreigner and Z-Top, to more modern bands such as country music stars Cole Swindle and the band Perry, and hip-hop icons Busta Rhymes and Rick Ross, among many others. The Big E takes place from September 12th through September 28th. It is located at 1305 Memorial Ave in West Springfield. Gates on all days open at 8 a.m. and close every night at 11:30 p.m. To purchase tickets, visit the website shown here. Tickets can be purchased either daily or for passes for the entire fair. Please note that you must purchase tickets for all Big E concerts online. According to the Big E's website, quote, Eastern States Exposition cannot guarantee the authenticity of tickets purchased from third-party resellers, end quote. The Big E also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, When did the first Big E take place? The answer is 1916. The first Eastern States Exposition occurred in October 1916. All 6 of the New England states previously mentioned, plus Delaware, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania participated. Original founder Joshua L. Brooks conceived it to help promote agriculture and educate young people with the skills and knowledge needed in agricultural vocations. The exposition featured displays of innovations in the industry and held contests designed to encourage farmers to better themselves throughout competition. The exposition grew beyond agricultural and industry within its first few years. In 1923, the Massachusetts Department of Health built a model schoolhouse on the fairgrounds, offering free medical and dental examinations. By 1940, the expo grew to focus on just those 6 New England states. The Eastern States Exposition officially received the nickname the Big E in 1966. Organizers said it was to emphasize entertainment, education, and excitement. Since its founding, only World War I, World War II, and the COVID year of 2020 have interrupted the Big E. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This episode, we'll be reviewing the new movie, Nobody 2. Nobody 2 takes place shortly after the first movie left off. Hutch Rhymes is still living a double life, trying to manage family and his very violent job. But his marriage is soon on the rocks. So, Hutch suggests a vacation to the amusement park he visited when he was a kid. However, it quickly becomes clear that he's going to need a vacation from the vacation, because his other job follows him. So, what did I think of this movie? Earlier this year, I called the original Nobody an RT's favorite film, and I was quite looking forward to the sequel. Nobody 2 won't end up on that list, but it's still pretty good, although it's definitely a downgrade. First, let's get the negatives out of the way. When the movie is away from the fight scenes, it's weaker. Some of the dialogue is laughable at times, and the main villains in this movie are also way over the top, and not in an entertaining way. On the positive end, Nobody's 2 action scenes are really strong. Usually, action movies like this take place in dark city landscapes. By moving it to an amusement park, it allows for set pieces we've never seen before. The final fight scene in particular is really creative, although at times gory. Although Nobody 2 never quite reaches the heights of the original, it's still a solid action movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Nobody 2 a 7. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website shown here or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.